Welcome back to Keeping Up with Tandy. Her makeup product venture with her classmates has become a success because they put in the hard work and they were able to pay themselves dividends from their profits. They named their business Beauty Delivered and started operating as soon as they gathered enough startup funds. It took hard work, determination and master multitasking skills for them to get where they are, but it was worth it. At the beginning of their venture, they became so obsessed with the business that they ended up neglecting school in favor of getting their brainchild off the ground. That was a bad idea. They studied last minute for almost all their tests and passed only by the margin. It was when they almost failed that they realized that if it's at the expense of my education, it is not worth it, no matter how good the venture is at the moment. The unique thing about education is that you only make the sacrifice once. Choosing school over everything makes you reap the benefits forever after that. So let's see what Financial Management 2A has for us this week. This week we will be looking at equity financing. What is equity financing? In a nutshell, equity financing is a method of raising capital by selling shares to the investors. The difference between equity financing and debt is that for cash flow, bonds are guaranteed. However, cash flows are not known in advance for equity. Bonds have a maturity duration while equity has no specific duration. Lastly, the rate of return for bonds is easily determined or observed, while for equity it is not so easily determined or observed. There are two sources of equity financing, being ordinary shares and preference shares. Ordinary shares represent ownership of shareholders in the company and they have voting rights. The payment dividend may be paid or may not be paid. Areas of dividends are not entitled and the repayment of capital upon winding up is repaid at the end. Redemption for ordinary shares are not entitled and the convertibility is non-convertible. Preference shares carry preferential rights on the payment of dividend and repayment of capital and they have no voting rights. Payment of dividend is received on a fixed rate and areas of dividend are entitled. The repayment of capital upon winding up is repaid before equity shares. The redemption is entitled and the convertibility is that these shares can be converted into ordinary shares. Furthermore, on equity financing, its return on investment in shares can be received in the form of dividends. But how is the price of a share computed? By calculating the present value of all expected cash flows, in other words, dividends. Then how can we estimate the future dividend payments? By using the dividend growth assumptions and the dividend growth model. The dividend growth model is based on three dividend growth assumptions, which are as follows. The first assumption is called the zero dividend growth model, which assumes that the firm will pay the same dividend each year for infinity, like preference shares. The price is computed using the perpetuity formula. The second assumption is called the constant dividend growth module, which assumes that the firm will increase the dividend by a constant percentage every period forever. The third assumption is called the supernormal growth model, which assumes that the dividend growth is not constant initially, but settles down to constant growth eventually until infinity. This sums up equity financing.